Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This infringement of copyright is called fair use, and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news, reporting, teaching, and parody. This means you. I need to step away from negativity. I've done 8 crappy cartoons since the last animated angel, not to mention I have 10 less angels to praise and crap to earn. So, I'm gonna have to take a look at some really good episodes to get this taste of shit out of my mouth. So, let's finally talk about Gravity Falls, which is hands down the best Disney show on right now, only being followed by Star vs. the Forces of Evil, which I may review one day in the future. Gravity Falls, for those 90 elitists out there, follow the adventures of Dipper and Mabel Pines as they find a bunch of mythical weird shit scattered about Gravity Falls, Oregon. The show is really good, as its continuity is only matched by Avatar and Teen Titans. It puts little subtle hints to future events within the show in a way that's not obvious foreshadowing, and only loyal detective fans of the show would really sit there to decipher. And the animation is some of the most beautiful animation I have ever seen. The backgrounds have a lot going on, and certainly blend in more ways than other shows' backgrounds do. Also, the biggest thing that this show has going for it are the characters and story. The creatures that Mabel and Dipper find are very sweet to see, but normally they're a one-off thing. The characters you constantly see are characters who have stories to tell, can and do develop over time, and oddly enough, realistic. A lot of the times these characters will react to situations in a realistic manner, despite how unreal the problems are. I grant you, that's not always the case, but it happens a lot more often than not. Now, with all the praise that I give this show, you wonder why I haven't reviewed it sooner. Well, the reason I don't do Animated Angels too often is I look for episodes that stand out amongst the crowd. Sure, Steven Universe is an Animated Angel show on its own, but I probably won't review it until there's an episode that really stands out amongst all others, whether for better or worse. I won't review a good episode of a good show just for it being good. I want to review an episode that's great in comparison to all the other episodes, which is why I chose, for Gravity Falls at least, Northwest Mansion Noir, also known as Northwest Mansion Mystery. So we start with the Northwest getting ready for a party. Now, throughout the series, you see the Northwest as lying, cheating scumbags who, for no purposes you should root for, but they're actually the main focus of the episode, so prepare to learn about stuff you're missing if you've never actually watched this show. Anyway, the Northwest Kid attack and call on Dipper's help, as he likes fighting the supernatural. But of course, you find out very soon that the Northwest are just trying to use Dipper to keep the poor people out like they do every year. But Dipper doesn't know this, so he decides to check out the problem anyway, despite not liking the Northwests. The reason being, Mabel wanted tickets to the fanciest party ever, and the only way to do so is to offer his services as a hunter of the supernatural. I'm not gonna lie, Plot B is only there as a plot between friends. It's enjoyable and sweet, and there's quite a bit of development between Grinda, Candy, and Mabel, but it's not that important to the main focus of the episode. So if you don't mind, I want to skip over the plot between the three. Maybe I'll touch on it in the future, but until then we're focusing on the Dipper plot. So Pacifica leads Dipper to the haunted room where Dipper explains how ghosts work, before a scene that honestly shouldn't be in a children's show occurs. Seriously, talking, bleeding, taxidermized animal heads is a little dark for any show that's not meant for adults. It could be an Invader Zim and still feel out of place, and that show once killed one of its main characters through a slow and agonizing death. Anyway, the ghosts come out of the fireplace and start chasing down Pacifica and Dipper. As Dipper finds out, they must search for a silver mirror. They immediately find one until Pacifica stops Dipper, saying that her parents will kill her if they track mud into their favorite carpet pattern. They have a fight and rip through a painting where they find another silver mirror. They catch the ghost and have a sweet moment where Pacifica actually seems human for once. You may remember my review on Boxing Daria that had a moment where an inhuman character breaks their normal personality and has a moment of greatness. If not, don't worry. That scene is very similar to this one in a lot of ways. Anyway, Dipper and the ghost have a chat where we learn about the ghost's past with the Northwests, informing Dipper that they knew all of this was going to happen, but don't care, as they just want to keep the party exclusive to billionaires. Dipper goes to call them out, arguing with Mr. Northwest and calling Pacifica, and I quote, another link in the world's worst chain. Dipper begrudgingly goes to finish the job. The ghost then tricks him into getting out of the mirror and going to wreak havoc amongst the partygoers in another scene that's darker compared to most of Gravity Falls. The ghost then says a Northwest must open the party gate, so Dipper looks for Pacifica, who he then finds in the hidden room. Pacifica sees the error of her family's ways, and then they go to fix everything, only to find the whole party was turned into wood. Dipper goes out to confront the ghost, only to find himself turned into wood. So it comes down to Pacifica, who opens the gate confronting her father, saying she'll fix the Northwest's name. This is a true, prime example of how a character can see the error of their ways and work to better themselves. Before this episode, Pacifica was the #1 worst character in the show, being the bratty, snobby rich kid who you could never love. And while this is rather drastic change of character, it's a really good drastic change that shows the writers know how to write. We haven't had a Pacifica episode since this one, and I wonder what kind of character she'll be like in the future, but honestly, I hope we'll see her again very soon. From now on, I wanna spend a ball. Every summertime at Gravity Falls, y'all. If you would like to get caught up on future reviews, there's a link in the description below to a Facebook page. Basically, all that I'm gonna tell you. I mean, you can follow it, you can get all the updates to future reviews if you care. If not, I'm not gonna force you to do it. It's all up to you.